Okay, well, not really. But if you've ever done that, hit your thumb or your finger using your hammer, you'll know that it hurts a lot. It can make you feel sick to your stomach. It's really an unpleasant thing to do. But could there be a way of maintaining your hammer to make it less likely to slip when you're hitting a nail or a pin into a piece of wood? So some of you might have clicked on this video and might be thinking, what on earth are they talking about? Is it clickbait? Is it a wind-up? Is it some sort of joke? Well, no, it's not. A hammer, all hammers, they all need to be maintained the same as any of the other tools we've got. There are reasons why a hammer might slip, and you have to maintain these and also select the correct one for whatever you're actually doing. Now, to give you the background of how this came about, I was looking on social media and I saw a few people laughing at somebody, and they were laughing because this person had said about sharpening a sledgehammer, and they were saying, oh, look at this person, you know, sharpening the sledgehammer. Who does that thing? But in a way, the sort of joke is on them, because you do need to maintain any type of hammer. So
you need to sharpen your hammer.
You need to sharpen your hammer. This is something we say, and it's an important thing to do. So we've got some of our hammers. We spent the last couple of weeks trying to find one of them because we lost it, but we have found it.
We don't use hammers very often.
So yeah, we don't have a huge amount of use, but we thought this would be a useful video, so that's what we're going to explain. You can see that one there. We do a close-up of that one, so you'll be able to see it. That's gone quite dull, so that's the main one we're going to focus on.
It's got marks and a bit of grease on it where it's been used for all sorts of things.
And basically, what we're getting at then, that hammer in some ways is a little bit dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's dull, because it's pitted, because it's got a bit of grease on and things like that, because it's not in very good condition, that is more likely to slip and then catch your finger or thumb, which anyone who's done it hurts a lot.
And it could even slip off the nail and bruise the wood or the surface that you're nailing.
So you can even lose time and have problems with a job because you haven't maintained the hammer. So what we do, if Dad now, he demonstrate for us how you would actually maintain a hammer. And in some ways it may be misleading because it is sharpening. Some may though, and put it in the comment section, give us your thoughts on it. Is this really sharpening, or are we blunting in a way? What would you see it as? We describe this as sharpening a hammer, but you know,
I'd say it's cleaning the hammer.
There we are.
But it's also sharpening because, you know.
Well, there we are. We'll throw it out to everyone.
There's all sorts of ways to describe sharpening then, aren't there?
But we put it in the comment section. Give us your thoughts. That would be my thoughts, is that it would be sharpening. But we get Dad now to demonstrate how to sharpen a hammer. We moved the camera closer, and Dad's brought in his setup then for how he would sharpen a hammer. So what have you got there?
Well, we've got a flat block surface.
Yeah, so got the woods.
We've got some emery paper, or a little bit of fine sandpaper would do. It's just a little bit of emery paper. As long as
P240 and above?
Yeah, possibly. You know, only fine.
So a fine sandpaper. So how do you go about then sharpening a hammer?
Well, you can see the...
just bring that closer into there. Yeah.
You can see the grease on there.
So that's quite dirty and it's a bit pitted.
What he would do now, because of that flat surface...
So straight away you can see how that is cleaning. And I'll bring a friend of mine into this. My friend Ross, down at W Timber Products. We asked him the same question, didn't we? Does he do the same? And he's doing similar, sort of work. So you can see already the difference. We just bring that into the camera there. Look at that. You can see the difference that's going to make. And that is going to make this hammer safer. And it still needs to be accurate because, if you go and hit in the direction of your thumb, you're going to hit it. But it makes it more unlikely to slip if you make good contact. But yeah, as I was saying, we spoke to Ross, and Ross said exactly the same as us. He says that, yeah, when their hammers start to dull, they maintain their tools in the same way. There we are, look at that. You start to really see that shine come out. But you can see, this hammer, we're going to have a fair bit of work because there's a few little gashes, sort of marks being taken out of it. Yeah. So that's going to take a fair amount of work. Yeah. But the difference already...
That would be a lot safer now than it was.
Yeah. So there we are. If anybody ever says to you about sharpening a hammer, that is basically what it's all about. You want to see a nice, shiny, flat surface that will allow you to work far more safely and more accurately, really, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. Another one there.
There we are. Do you want to do a bit of maintenance on that one as well?
Yeah.
I'm going to just demonstrate again how you would do that. So we turned it over, so fresh piece of emery cloth, and then just polishing that on the surface.
What you do, you're cleaning the grease, really.
Yeah, I'm just going to move you a little bit further forward. Brilliant. There we go.
And the thing is as well, you know, you tend with a hammer, you tend to be, oh, I slipped maybe, but have I got to go and get a piece of fine sandpaper now and clean it? You know, we tend to be a bit lazy, don't we, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's worth it. I mean, look at the difference now with that one. Can you see that one there?
And before you started, I would have said that was quite good, that one.
Yeah.
But once you start sorting it out, you realise how much it needed sorting out.
So much better.
Now there's another thing that you did mention that we will add into this video as a little bit of a bonus with it.
You start with that one, look.
Another thing you mentioned was selecting a hammer.
Yeah. This is what I would call a pin hammer.
Yeah, so you can see from the difference in sizes, because they are different size heads, the three hammers, they have three different jobs to do. So basically this hammer is for much finer, delicate pins, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hence the name. A hammer like this one here, more for a nail of this size and bigger, I would have thought, yeah?
There we are. That's okay now, Dave.
Yeah.
So if we've got
one there. Which would you select?
That one there would be for that boy there.
That's it.
Okay, that's the pin hammer.
Yeah. So for a very fine nail,
and then
what would you tend to be using?
You could use the what we would call the pain hammer.
The pain hammer?
Yeah.
Is that
that's a pin. That's a pain. I don't know, or a peen. So I'm not sure how you spell it. You could do that one, or you could do.
So does the name come from if you do slip?
I'm not sure.
What it can inflict.
So we got that one there for the next size up.
Yeah.
And the next size nail.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That's got a round head. This one's got an oval. So, I mean, you could use that size for that one. Or you could use this one. But you've got to be careful because whatever you do, just because the hammer is at hand, don't use a large one like that on a small pin hammer. Because that's when you could miss, especially if it's not clean, you could miss, slip and hit your thumb or your finger. And
it's a pretty uncomfortable feeling.
So that's really, using the right size, the right weight hammer. And obviously, as you practice, you pick up and when you do your trade, it becomes, part and parcel of the job.
So there you go. That's just a little insight into sharpening a hammer. It's not a wind-up, it's a genuine thing. We actually use a little bit of emery cloth on that surface to get it nice and flat, nice and shiny, and that reduces the chances of you hitting your finger or thumb. As mentioned then, selecting the right hammer as well for the right job. The bigger hammers for bigger nails, the smaller hammers, the pin hammer, more for those smaller nails.